EnerSys is a major employer and paysetter company for the United Way of Ellis County. Each year, EnerSys encourages all their employees to engage in different fundraising events in the community to benefit United Way agencies. Additional community involvement includes food drives for the local food bank, adopt a spot cleanup, and participation in numerous local civic organizations. EnerSys, a great place to work, a partner of the community.
The United Way of Ellis County on Eagle Community Television is brought to you by EnerSys, Hayes Med, Insurance Planning Incorporated, and Eagle Communications.
I'm John Tremblay, Director of Northwest Kansas Community Corrections, and change starts here.
Well, John, thanks for joining us today to tell us about your fantastic organization. Why don't we start with, give us kind of an overview of what your company does, and then tell us about the project itself.
I'm the Director of Northwest Kansas Community Corrections, and Community Corrections is just a very intensive form of supervision in the state of Kansas. It's the most intensive form of supervision in the state. Northwest Kansas Community Corrections is unique in the fact that we're also the only community correction agency in the state of Kansas that supervises parole offenders released from prison.
In the project itself, this project that United Way helps you provide, why don't you tell us about it?
Okay, well actually there's two phases to the project. About 4 years ago, we started a batterers intervention program. And at that time, we were the only community corrections or Department of Corrections organizations that had a batterers intervention program. The program became certified by the Kansas Attorney General's office. Right now, I think there's roughly anywhere between only 35 and 40 batterers intervention programs in the state. We have about 50 offenders convicted of domestic violence that is in the program. The program's not just for Northwest Kansas Community Corrections offenders. It's for court service probation, diversions with the county attorney's office. It's been a very, very successful program with a high successful completion rate and a very low recidivism rate. And the United Way has helped me with the funding of that program. It's been especially helpful for us because the other grant that I have does not pay for it all. And the United Way money that we receive for the domestic violence program goes for 100% services. It doesn't pay for any administrative costs, equipment cost. It's strictly 100% services. The other project that we have with the United Way that is very helpful for us with public safety is the housing program. I said earlier that we were unique in the fact that we're the only corrections program that supervises parole. We're also unique in the fact that we're the only corrections program that has a bond program for the courts. With the jail overcrowding problem in Ellis County, we started a bond program to help the courts, help the sheriff's office, and the offenders get out of jail. They are supervised by Northwest Kansas Community Corrections during bond supervision. But many times those guys are homeless. And what it allows us to do is to get those guys out of jail right away, start supervising them, providing them service, finding them employment, and finding them a stable residence. The United Way housing also helps us with Ellis County community corrections offenders who are living in very unstable residence, and we're able to provide them with a good residence that's stable and away from drugs and alcohol where they were currently living. Again, all the money for the housing program also goes 100% towards the offenders. So I've always looked at the United Way funds as an investment back into our community. It helps save taxpayers money by keeping guys out of jail that would be there at $40 a day, and it really helps provide Ellis County citizens with public safety.
You know, your program is one of the few that really isn't a more glamorous program. Your program is one of the ones that is absolutely needed, but you don't get to have the puppies and flowers and all of that kind of stuff going on with it. Can you maybe talk just briefly about what kind of impact this community would suffer if they didn't have you?
Oh, well, you know, I've been doing this since 1993. Without a doubt, there would be a lot more crime in this town and a lot more recidivism. We have a overcrowding jail problem as it is, but without community corrections, it would be unmanageable. And, you know, we supervise high-risk sex offenders, methamphetamine offenders, robbery, burglaries. We implement a lot of surveillance. We do a lot of home visits. Really, the number one goal of this program is to keep Ellis County safe, and that's, you know, I'm very fortunate because I have just an excellent, dedicated staff. And
You know, I would just say, you know, it's a hell of a job that you guys do for us, and we are certainly glad to have you.
I appreciate that very much.
Thanks for joining us today, John.
Thank you.
The United Way of Ellis County on Eagle Community Television is brought to you by Intersys, Hayes Med, Insurance Planning Incorporated, and Eagle Communications.
Choosing the right home may take months. Decorating it perfectly may take years. Leaving it every day just takes complete confidence in both your home and auto insurance.
Allied Homeowners and Auto Insurance, a nationwide company. On your side.
See Sue May at Insurance Planning, 3006 Broadway in Hayes. As a major employer and paysetter company, Hayes Med leads the way in United Way support each year. Community involvement for Hayes Med also takes many other forms, from monthly blood screenings to providing free drive-through flu vaccinations to helping citizens be healthier through the Kickstart Weight Loss Program. Hayes Med remains unwavering in support of the local and regional communities it serves. That is one constant on which everyone can rely. Hayes Med, a constant in our community.